Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at SODO AI5 from Kamen Rider 01. Now I say it's from Kamen Rider 01, but really, as you can see over here, it says N SODO Geo. It's really 75% Kamen Rider Geo related, which is kind of hilarious. But you have Thouser from 01, and then you have Geo Omaform from the Overquartzer movie. You have Gates Majesty, and then you have a Kashin, which I'm not really sure what a Kashin is. I think he was a minion in one of the movies or something. I don't really remember what he is. And then you have this crazy accessory pack. Like, this thing is nuts. There's so many different weapons from the various riders throughout Heisei. You have these little flags. Again, apparently in one of the movies they all did like a rider kick, and they had these little flags trailing behind them to tell you who was who. So they give you a couple of these flags. But it's a crazy accessory pack. Like, if we open this up so we can actually take a look at the boxes, you'll see 2 to make Thouser, 2 for Omageo, 2 for Gates Majesty. The Kashin is 1 box by himself. And then you have this crazy accessory pack. That's actually a really cool picture, first of all. So this is Kiva's weapon. I think one of these is Agito, one of these is Kuga, I think. This, I believe, is Deno, I want to say. Forze, obviously the Full Bottle Buster from Build. You have the Daidaimaru from Gaim. You have the Handle Ken. And the... I am blanking on the name of this thing. The Formula Gun or something like that. It's also... These two are both from Drive. I'm really blanking on it. It's been a minute since I've seen Drive, I'll be honest. But it's just a crazy amount of accessories, and they're all packed into this one little box, so that's pretty surprising. But there's that. I'll show you the rest of these boxes real quick. Here is the Kashin. And I believe this guy is self-sufficient in 1 box, so should be everything you need in there. I think except the weapon. The weapon comes in the weapon box. But then we have 2 over here to make Gates Majesty, which looks nuts. Putting all these little stickers on, I'm sure, is going to be a crazy nightmare, but we'll see how that goes. Next, we have Omageo. He looks pretty cool. I like his, this thing just gives you like a Bill Shakespeare kind of collar. It's what it makes me think of every time I see it. And then, of course, we have Thouser, which is the one thing from 01 in this box. So there you have that. So going to be quite a bit to put together and sticker, so I will get on that, and then when I'm finished, we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here they are, fully stickered and put together. It did take quite a while. I will say that Thouser wasn't too bad on the stickers. It was mostly Gates Majesty and Omageo. Kashin wasn't too bad either, honestly. He has a decent amount of stickers, but they're all kind of nice, flat, smooth surfaces, so applying them was really not a problem whatsoever. But let's go ahead, we'll take a look at these guys. Now, there is a giant accessory pack as well. That's the 8th box. Each of these 3 took 2 boxes. He took 1, and then, of course, the accessory box was the 8th box. I'm going to go through all the figures first, and then I will show off all the accessories together at the end. But here's Thouser. He's looking fantastic. The entire head is painted. There's not one sticker on the head. I love that. That metallic purple looks so good. As far as stickers on the body go, you have this little bit here on there's 1 each forearm. There is obviously all the stickers for the driver. These 2 little purple stickers on the chest. These 2 little purple stickers on the thigh. And then the top of the feet. That's pretty much it, though. I mean, honestly, all of this silver and dark gray on the legs is all paint. The shoulders are just solid silver. The chest plate, except for the purple, is all painted. So, I mean, they did a really nice job. Really, most of his stickers are on the Thousand Jacker here. And this is 2 pieces, so it just kind of plugs into both ends of the fist. But he does come with a connector piece, so if you wanted to put it together not being held. He also comes with these gold painted hands, which are nice, but they're not even close to the same color as like the plastic fist. So I feel like mixing and matching them would look weird. You either have to do both or do, like you have to do both in either color. Mixing and matching is weird. Obviously the stand, your normal stand, has the peg holes, connector bits. But yeah, I really like Thouser. I think he looks great. He's the only 01 character to be in this box. But he is really worth it. I think he's a great addition, and he looks really, really good. I guess articulation, it's the same as any SODO figure if you're familiar. Ball joint for the head. The shoulder is on a hinge but connected, I should say the shoulder pad is on a hinge connected to the shoulder, which has up and down, side to side, bicep swivel, 180 degrees in the elbow. the hands can rotate because they're literally just pegs. Just peg in there. Same thing for the waist. That's just pegged in, so there's movement there. You can move the driver if you want. Same reason, just a peg. Ball joint in the hip. Then you have thigh swivel. 90 degrees. And actually over 90 degrees. What would you say? It's probably 120 maybe degrees in the knee. And then ball joint in the ankle. So pretty standard. All SODO figures pretty much have the same articulation. But it's good. Very nice. So yeah, he is our only 01 character, but I definitely like him. I think they did a great job with him. Really a lot of paint, which really impresses me. All right, next up we have Billy Shakespeare Omagio. He just, this like ruffle thing always just makes me think of like a Shakespeare. Like this thing is just crazy, but he looks good. I will say, and I'm pretty sure this is like how the design is, but the white head on the body that has absolutely no white in it is a little jarring to me. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that's what he looks like in the show, but I almost feel like maybe it should be like a little bit of an off-white, or just this, the stark bright white just doesn't really fit with the rest of the color scheme motif. It's just kind of weird to me. Here you can see you have the two swords hooked together, so you have a couple stickers for that. It looks pretty good. This is all paint, which is nice. The trim here on this front piece is painted gold. The trim did not extend to the back, but what are you going to do? He's got the clock hands, which I think is fun. You can have some fun with that, but I like that on the back. Otherwise, he's got the same articulation. Head is a lot of stickers. Here, kneecaps here, side of the leg, around the ankle, top of the foot, the driver. These, honestly, these ride watches on the forearms, and then the sticker just kind of is connected and goes around. They were actually pretty easy to put on. I thought they were even easier than the normal, because this is one sticker altogether. So instead of putting, you know, tedious amounts of individual ride watches on all the arms, which is something that I've grown very weary of when it comes to Geo SODO figures. Every time you open up a Geo SODO figure, you know you have to put those 4 ride watches on the arm. I don't know why, it just annoys me. But this is one solid sticker, so just you put it on there, boom, you put the straps down, they stuck on real nice. They do stop halfway, which is kind of a bummer. I wish they went all the way around, but still pretty easy to apply. Belt stickers as per usual. So the head looks good. I just think the rest of it being white, like, I mean, I know the SODO figure is just following the character model. I'm just saying it's weird to me why they chose to make this suit have a white head when everything else is not white. But overall, looks good. Now, speaking of tedious amounts of individual ride watch stickers, here's Gates Majesty. So I'm going to take him off the stand. He has this massive cape. It comes in these two pieces for some reason. I don't really know why. But that pegs on there. It's nicely painted. Like the inside's a nice kind of copper color. Then you have the gray plastic on the back. It's pretty solid. I mean, it's a little flexible, a little pliable. It's not hard plastic, but it's pretty solid. And it just pegs onto this peg on his back. So boom. You can have Gates Majesty with a crazy cape. I feel like it doesn't peg on amazingly. Like it pegs on, but it doesn't stick on all that great. And it kind of feels far away because it's so bulky. You can see it tries to come back a little bit, but I'm just going to leave it off for the rest of this just because it's easier to show the figure off without it. And he comes with like Ryuki's, or I guess Knight's lance. I don't know. That's weird to me. I don't really know why they decided to give him this accessory. I wonder if it was like, hey, let's look around in the prop room and see what's around. Oh yeah, Knight's lance. Okay, let's give him that. That sounds good. Full disclosure, I have not seen the Gates Majesty movie yet, so maybe it's explained. But that's just 2 pieces on pegs like that. Then you feed it out of there and then peg it back in. It's got 1 sticker here on the front. Otherwise, there it is. Pretty simple. The figure looks good. Like I said, I like the color scheme. Just all the ride watches are crazy. So here's the I think the visor looks good. He's got the Gates ride watch in the middle of his forehead, but it's also on his belt, which is weird. I was told it's because Kuga doesn't have a second rider, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. Some of these, like when they're on the sticker sheet, it's easy to tell who they are, but then once you have to like push them onto these super tiny little crevices, they kind of sink a little bit, and then it's really hard to tell who's who. So let's see if I can actually make this out. I think that's Axel. Yeah, I can't see him anymore. I really can't. I think that's Brave. That's Knight. I do like the Gates Majesty wide watch. I think that's pretty cool. I think one of these is Spectre. I don't know. It's just so hard to tell anymore. The ones on the forearms aren't too bad because you get to space them out. I think that's Ibuki. And I think Baron's over here. There's Baron, and that's Beast. So, like, the ones on the forearms you can see because they have, like, a wider area. You can tell that they didn't remold the arms, so you're used to having a larger area. It's weird. Like, they made them so small on the armor pieces. I'm assuming just for size proportions. You know, they only have so much room. So they're smaller than normal size ride watches, but like the ones on the arms are still molded in the old size. So I don't know. Like I feel like if you were going to do this, you should have made them big enough so that you could make the stickers a little bigger so you could clearly tell who they are. By making them so small and after you kind of push them onto the pieces of plastic and they sink a little bit, it's really hard to tell who they are. But because these had that bigger surface area, it's not a big deal. But overall, like I said, I think the form's kind of neat. I definitely like the color scheme. The red and the gold looks really solid. Give him his lance back. There we go. Oh, and this doesn't seem to peg in all that tight, strangely enough, but and you can kind of put this in here and then kind of attach the cape to the back, like over it, so that he can be on the stand but still have the cape on. That kind of works. You can see he has some open hands. I decided to give him one of each, but you come with 2 closed hands and 2 open hands. Yeah, it just doesn't stay on that well. It's kind of a bummer. But yeah, that's Gates Majesty. I don't think I mentioned it, but Omagio has the same thing where he has 2 like strange open hands. They're also painted gold, so it's kind of the same deal as Thouser, where it would seem weird to mix and match them. But I think these 2 are meant to be used together because they kind of almost look like they're doing some kind of pose, being like weirdly open like that. So, but he comes with them, so there's that. Let's go ahead and next we'll take a look at Kashin. So I like these guys, little foot soldiers from one of the movies. They look pretty cool. These things remind me of who is it? Now I'm blanking. Oh, maybe a little bit Snipe, but also I feel like there was another. I feel like there's another toy I had that had the the kind of cape pieces. I'm just like, I don't know. It'll come to me anyway. These they're pretty cool. They have basic stickers, but like I said, the gold stickers are all pretty easy to apply because they're nice flat surfaces. Even the blue, plus I mean black, blue, gold colors all look really cool together. I like the helmet. I don't know why the helmet kind of reminds me of the Green Goblin from the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, like just the shape of it. Obviously, I think the face is cooler, but yeah, they're really neat. I think they're pretty cool. They're, fairly simplistic. Articulation's all the same. These things can just hunker down. Like, for some reason you can unpeg them here. So if you didn't want to mess with them, you can kind of keep the shoulder pads but still have them fight. I think it's a cool look as well. So I like the look of that. I appreciate that they can easily unpeg if you want to. So they can be like, when they're kind of standing around as guards, they can look more regal. But then when they need to fight, they can cast those off and start kicking butt. This weapon comes in the accessory pack. This does not come with the figure. just a heads up. But he is meant to hold this kind of trident looking thing. He does not come with a stand. He's the only one that doesn't come with a stand because they had to put them all in one box, so I get that. But yeah, these are cool. I like this guy. Very neat. So next I'm going to go ahead. I'm not really moving. I'm going to go ahead and show you the box of all the accessories and everything. We'll take a look at all that. Alright, so here's everything that comes in that 8th accessory box. This all comes in one box, which is pretty impressive, I have to be honest. Decent amount of accessories here. So I'll start over here. We have these 2 swords. Now, I think one of these is Kuga and one of them is Agito, but I could be wrong. Maybe they're both Agito, and I apologize. But pretty cool. One simple sticker on each. The other sides don't have anything, but still look good. I like them quite a bit. Next, we have a Ryuki weapon. Again, just one sticker, so the other side doesn't have anything, but still looks pretty good. Next up, we have Deno's sword. I feel like I don't need this one as much since I just got the Deno Chronicle set. Maybe they could have given this spot to something else, but I understand Deno's super popular, so... But you would think if people like Deno, they would have got the Chronicle. But anyway. Here's Kiva's sword. Very cool. Next we have Forze's Cosmos sword. This thing is massive. Now you can see it does have a piece right here that comes out. So that's where you would put the character fist. And how it works is this unpegs. These actually peg on both sides here. You can see that there's a peg there and a peg here. So you would take... both of these off, take this out, peg it into the character's hand, and then peg these both back on. And they fit pretty snugly, I gotta say, so it can be interesting. But nice sticker, just one. Again, would have been nice to get both sides, but I get it. There's so many accessories they could really only afford to do one each, but pretty cool. Next, you have the Maru from Gaim. I feel like I have a bunch of these by this point, but it still looks good. You have the Handle Ken from Drive. This can move, it's just pegged on. So that's cool. You also get the, was this called the Formula Buster? No, what was this thing called? I don't know. This was the Formula Trailer Gun or something like that. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if this exists yet for SODO, so this might be brand new for us. Completely hollow on the back, but still cool. Looks very cool. Then you get 2 versions of the Full Bottle Buster. Again, I feel like these already exist from build, so maybe this spot could have been given to something else, but either way, you get them here. Then you get 2 versions of the Decade Deca Driver, one for each color. Now, I thought I was told at one point that one of these was going to have 2 so that it could be used for double, because right now there's no Deca Driver that can be used for the double SODO Chronicle. But then it turns out they just went ahead and gave you normal Deca Driver pegs. So I don't know. I mean, still don't have a double one, so that's kind of a bummer. You get some extra hands. These apparently are for 0-1. So you have like a pointing hand, you have thumbs up hand, and you have that for both. So you get a right and a left pointer and a right and a left thumbs up. So those are that. Then you get these little character flags. So apparently in one of the movies, you know, they all jump up to do the rider kick, and then they have these flags trailing them. So it kind of has their names on the back, so you can kind of tell who's who. So basically what you're supposed to do is peg this in. So I'm going to try to zoom out a smidge here and bring in my assistant, Double. So let me see if I can get him in a rider kick pose. Oh, I could pop his chest off. There we go. That'll work for some reason. All right, let's see. So he's doing his rider kick. Right, and then what you do is you take the double flag and you peg it into his back here. And then there you go. He's doing his rider kick with the double flag. All right. I mean, I don't know. I get what they're going for. It did happen in a movie, and that's fine. But it's just kind of, I don't know, I don't get it. And just to show you what I was talking about, so with these, because you can mix and match these and they come apart, they have 2 peg holes in the waist, so the driver has 2 peg holes to keep it together. You know, it's a nice way to kind of click it in and keep them together. So unfortunately, if you use one of the Deca drivers, which I guess for him you'd have to use the Neo one, it doesn't even fit. It's not even the right size. So there you go. Never mind that. I was going to say maybe you could put it in one and just have it kind of overlap weird, but nope. Doesn't even work. So there you go. Yeah, that was the cool thing about the SODO double. You can mix and match. You can take the pieces apart. So let me go ahead and put him back. But yeah, it would have been nice if I thought, because I really thought somebody told me, I think it was Frozen Stratos Corey, said that they were going to do one that could be used for double, but not so much. I don't know if they were going to and they just at the last minute cheapened out or what. But as far as these little flags go, they do give you extra stickers. So they give you 4 flags and they give you 8 stickers, and then you just have to choose who gets one and who doesn't. And it's not even like you can put them on both sides because they have this little peg here, I guess, so you can peg them into stuff. Like, it would have been, like, if you're going to give me 4, that's fine. Do them flat on both sides. That way I can put all 8, and that way I can just be like, oh, look, I want to use Deno, and then just be like, oh, wait, flip it. I'm going to use X8 or whatever. Like, that would have been a perfect solution. I would have been perfectly okay because I don't need 8 individual little flags here. But if you would have just made it 2 smooth sides, you could have easily flipped it, and it would have been absolutely fine. But I don't know. They decided not to do that. I guess to try to make you buy extras. Anyway, I chose Kuga because that Chronicle for Kuga is coming out soon. I chose Deno because I have Deno Chronicle. Same for Double, and same for O's. So those were the ones I chose. I mean, obviously I have SODO for the other ones you get are Geo, Build, X8, and Decade. I don't think I actually have SODO for... I have a few random ones for X8, but I don't think I have X8 himself. But I do have the other 3, but I don't know. I just kind of picked the ones that were my favorites, so there it is. But yeah, so it's definitely a nice accessory set. It's just, it's crazy how much stuff you get. My only complaint is that I wish one of these could be used for double. Other than that, it's great. A couple weird choices, like I said, with the full bottle busters. I feel like not that long ago we got those, so maybe they could have been switched out for something else. But it also might be what he actually used in the movie. Like I said, I haven't seen... actually, I guess I have seen Overquarter. I just don't remember it. Anyway, the assortment is nice. It's a couple things I would have changed personally, but I still think it works. So, another great SODO set. It's kind of funny that it is a 0-1 AI set. There's only one 0-1 character. But Thouser looks great, and the other Geo characters look good too. Unfortunately, I think we'll have Geo characters invading AI sets for quite a little bit, because I still think there's a decent amount of Geo characters to get through from the movies and whatnot. Still haven't even gotten Tsukiyomi yet, so we'll see how it goes. But in any case, the figures you get here are good. Like I said, Thouser looks great. I think Omageo and Gates Majesty look good. The suits are still a little weird to me. I mean, it's nothing SODO did wrong. They're adapting the suit, and that's what they're supposed to do. But Omageo's head being white, such a weird contrast to the rest of his color scheme. And the Gates Majesty, like, the color scheme's great. All the little ride watches, I still can't decide if I like that or not yet. I wish the stickers were a little bigger, because after you apply them and they kind of sink down into the form of the plastic, it's hard to tell who's who when they get that small. So, I don't know. It is what it is. Kashin looks great. You can army build him if you'd like. He looks pretty good. Should be fairly easy to get a hold of that guy because I think he's been in 2 different sets now. I think he was in a Geo set as well. It's been a minute. Anyway, great set. The accessory pack as well. Really, really cool. Definitely a ton of accessories to cram into one box. I was really impressed by that. And definitely gives you some accessories that I don't think have existed for SODO yet. So that's pretty cool. You can go ahead, put them with older candy toy figures you might have, or just have Omageo, or now I'm completely blanking on his final form's name. I don't know. I'm just gonna let it go. I'll come up with it later. Anyway, it's a cool bunch of accessories, and I think this is a really great SODO set. If you really only care about Z01 characters, then maybe just try to find the 2 boxes that make up Thouser loose somewhere. But if you're just a fan of SODO in general and you like Geo, I think it's worth picking up the whole set. So that'll do it for this one. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.